Hi, today I am happy because of I am going to take a lecture on it. As you can see in front of you, there is a word which is famous. You can say it tells you attitude. What is your status? Okay, this is not our point. This is our not a discussion in this lecture. One point you can see what one point you can say this poverty. This one word is telling you it is a name of our today's lecture. Yes, I am ready to discuss about it with you. Are you ready? Are you with me? I am serious. I am serious. In details, I will try. Whatever I will have information regarding this, I will share with you. Okay, and I will try to explain in a way from which you can achieve uh, explanation that I will explain. Whatever you want to gain information from this lecture, then I will give my 100% to explain about it in simple way, in simple style. Okay. Yes, storytelling matters. I know storytelling will matter. I am working on it. It it takes practice. Okay, it takes practice. Storytelling takes practice. Without practice, I think you will not get perfect. Immediately, I will not be perfect in storytelling. It will take practice. That's why sometimes you will feel that I am doing like I am taking it as a practice, but it can be. Now, name is what? Poverty. From poverty, in this word, a word you can easily observe. What? Poor. Yes, but apart from poor word, there are more words. For example, rich, for example, urban. From poor, you understand what? Village. From poor, you understand what? A rural. But apart from this, we will understand about what? About also urban area. Okay. Our focus will be on discussion of rural and urban area. What are facilities in rural areas? What are facilities in urban areas? What do people do in villages? What do people in urban area? There are a lot of questions regarding this. Okay, and there are a lot of answers. But answer will matter from my side. Answer will matter. Answer will make sense from my side. Whatever I will be discussing, whatever I will be saying regarding this to you will matter. Okay. Yesterday I was explaining about I took two chapters yesterday. First was I think so. First was second was people as a resource, and first was factors of production. Name of first lecture was factors of production, and name of second lecture was people as a resource. People not as a burden, but people as as a asset we were talking about yesterday. Now today it is a third lecture. It is a third lecture, which name is poverty. Here you will connect. Here you will connect those lectures which we discussed yesterday. Those lectures we will connect with this lecture. That's why I am telling you that we took two lectures yesterday, and those lectures those lectures will connect with this. Connection of those two lectures will be with this lecture. Okay, you will be able to connect, and you can understand easily because you understood those two lectures. That's why with me. Okay. One point is very crystal clear, that name of this lecture is poverty. Here, below the poverty, you can see written is what, as a challenge, as challenge. What is it that telling you? As a challenge, we say, okay, I am giving you challenge. It is a challenge. People face people face this type of challenges. Poverty is today poverty is a challenge for people, for some people. And I am saying for some people, but when it comes to population, when it comes to country, then this number will be used. Even we cannot imagine, but yeah, from a number, for example, one no 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 108 million, so we can give a number. So meaning of some number, it doesn't mean that for 50 100, no. When it will come to population of a country, when it will come to country, then number will be used. And here I am telling you that number of poverty people, number of poor people will be more. Po- People who are living in a poverty category is huge number. This is what I am telling you. Are you understanding? And details you will understand, don't worry. So here I told you that poverty will be a challenge. We will be discussing this poverty word as a challenge today. Some people, a lot of people are struggling it as a challenge. Clear? So it will not be normal, it will not be normal, it is a challenge. Okay, some people are facing poverty as a challenge. Let's move towards the next slide. I think it's not working. Uh, so I think it should be here. It should be here, so that you can, so that I can see you. Here, it should be here. Okay, now it is better. Here, try to understand. Try to understand. Are you poor? This is question, but it is a very serious question. If you take it seriously, then someone is poor, then you can understand how are they struggling to come out of from that poverty. Here, what is the poverty? Meaning of a poverty, what will be from your side? I want to hear from you. What should be meaning of a poverty? What should be meaning of a poverty? Definition of your, definition of other. No, no, no. What I am saying. Definition of it, of your. Definition of it, of other can be different. But definition should make sense. Definition of it, definition of any word should make a kind of a sense. Okay. Some of you would say poverty, people who are not getting food. Yes, they people get food, but they beg. Okay, they beg. Uh, Effort They struggle to get food, isn't it? They don't get food easily, you can say. Yes, this sentence is making sense. You are saying that people who don't get food easily, they are poverty. They are in poverty. They are not poverty. They are in poverty. Poverty is a category. You are living in poverty. It means you are poor. But I am not taking you as a poverty. It was just an example. So you said if a person who is not getting food easily, so that person is in poverty. Okay, okay. Other person would say, mm, a person is not getting food as well as water. Water, water is available naturally, so not water. Well, cloth. Okay, cloth. What else? I think we should include one more. One more is that shelter, you can say, otherwise house or home. So okay, all of you are correct. Now let me expand the meaning of this poverty. I will take some definition that you mentioned in front of me. I will take some definition of poverty that you mentioned. I will take those. So here I am expanding meaning of it. Here, okay, yeah, you were right. Who will be in poverty? Of course, human will be in poverty. People will be in poverty. People will be in poverty. So we can easily say if people who don't have a shelter, who don't have a home, people who are not getting food, yeah, food. Okay. So from this view, from this can we say people who are not getting basic things, basic requirements. At a person should have at least basic requirements. If these basic requirements they are not getting, then we can easily say that they are in poverty. Now you would say, what are uh, basic things? What are essential things for a human? I said for a human. Each a human. Whether you are a student, whether there is a man or woman, person. So let's understand. Let's see some basics for a human. So here, as you can see in front of you, first is the food, second cloth, shelter, education, healthcare. These are essential things. These are basic things that are requirements for a person. Yes, in front of you, these are essential things. You can say if a person is getting food, but not this, this. So we can say they are still in poverty. Okay, all these things they should have. They should have. A person should have all these things. Today, today you can realize you are you have food. You get food easily. Clothing, yes, you wear cloth. Shelter, yes, you are in where in shelter in home right now. Education, yes, you are gaining this information. Why? Because you have to access to gain information. You are gaining information, so actually we can say you have access to get education. Next is healthcare. Yes, of course, in your area would be what would be facility of healthcare. If something happens with you, then you can easily go to health care, so that you can be recover. So in some word you can say these are major these are major things for a human. Hmm? Poverty means not having enough income to meet the basic needs. Poverty means also if a person don't have this, then that person is in poverty. One of this, if a person don't have one of this, then still we can say that person is in poverty. Clear? This was meaning. But apart from this, there are more meaning of poverty that we are going to discuss further. But this will be also definition for a poverty. We cannot ignore this because these are basic things. These are basic things. So it will be meaning of a poverty. Poor people live in condition of a hunger, lack of sanitation, and social exclusion. Yes, poor people live in. Yeah, there are a lot of people who struggle who struggle to get food. So here it means they are not getting food easily. So they are in hunger. They are in hunger. They want what food, but they are not getting easily food. Nobody is giving food to that person. So it is showing that if there are a lot of a person who needs, but not only those persons, each person, but they can not afford. There are some person who cannot afford food easily. Clear? There will be some problems. Even we can explain what will be those problems, but later we will discuss. Don't worry. Lack of sanitation, lack of a home, lack of education, okay, social. Now, poverty line. Here we can draw a line, and that line will make a sense. That line should make a sense. From a poverty line, we can, this will be another meaning, this will be other way to define poverty. So from poverty line, we can say that this this type of a person, this population will come at below, and this population will come at above the poverty line. In this slide and in next slide, you will understand about it in details. So I said you from poverty line. From poverty line, a person can be considered that they are they are above the poverty line or below the poverty line. And what will be meaning of they are above the poverty line and below the poverty line? What will be meaning of it? If they are above the poverty line, then we will say they are not poor. They are not living in poverty. This will be meaning of it. If they are coming above the poverty line, above the poverty line. So meaning of it is what? This population is not in poverty. This population is not in poverty, but a population which is below the poverty line, then easily we can say this population is in poverty. This population, people of a population is in living in poverty. A benchmark to identify the poor. Yes, benchmark. Yeah, line based on minimum calorie intake and income level. So let's see based on calorie. Okay, based on calorie. Let's say based on calorie. So first is rural and second is urban. About rural and urban, I had explained yesterday. Rural is a collection of the villages. For example, people villages where people do agriculture. In a rural area where people live, in a rural area where people live, they need how much calories? They need uh, 2400 calories per day. Per day, okay, per day. You can imagine, not per month. If they are getting 2400 calories per day, then we can say they are living better. They are living better. They are not struggling for getting food because they are getting 2400 calories per day in food. How do we get calories? From food. When we eat, then we gain what? Then we obtain what? Calories. Calories are found in food. Okay. When we will take this much calories, then we will gain what? Energy. Then we will be able to do work whatever we want to do. Okay. So from these calories, it is showing that if you are getting this much calories per day, it means you are not struggling to get food. And here in urban area, people who are living in urban area, if they are getting this much calories per day, how much? 2100. If they are getting this much calories per day, so of course we can say they are not getting no they are not struggling to get food because they are getting this much calories per day. Here you can see difference between rural and urban in order to get calories per day. Why is the difference this? Why is the difference this? Because of it is very interesting to know. 24,000 calories for rural. 20 no, not 1,100. 2,100 calories for urban. It shows that people who live people who live in rural, they do a lot of work physically. Are you understanding? It will make sense. It should make sense. What I am saying? I said people who are living in rural, they do a lot of work physically. Word physically. They do a lot of work physically. That's why they need this much calories per day. How much? 2400. And now in urban area, people who are living in urban area, they do a lot of work, but mentality, they do work a lot of they do work a lot of from mind. They do work, they do some work less physically, but they do. People who live in urban, they do a lot of work mentally, but physically less. But in a rural area, people do a lot of work physically, but mentality less. Are you understand? That's why this is the answer for why are this a difference. In a rural area, people do a lot of work physically. That's why they need this much calories. When you will do a lot of work physically, of course, your all parts of your body will work throughout the day. That's why. That's why you have to gain this much calories if you are living in rural. If you are living in urban area, then you do a lot of work mentality. But here your parts of your body will not be moving, will not be doing work. You are working mentality, like this mentality. So parts of your body are not moving, are not doing any work. Only your mind is working. And for mind, you need this much calories. It should happen, brother. It should happen. It is making sense. It should happen. Okay. Yeah, it can be increased. It can be increased. But this was a data. This was a poverty line. Now, based on income, okay. Per but as per 2011 to 12, because of we didn't find data in recently. Government didn't conduct poverty line based on income recently 2021. After 10, I think after 11 year data is collected by government instruction. Now here based on income, I like it, brother. I like it. Based on income, if you want to classify the people, the population who live in poverty and who do not live in poverty, if you want to classify them at on based on income, then you can classify how. If in a rural area people are earning how much? 800 816 per month, and in urban 1000 per month. In rural how much? 816. Why? Because of in a rural area you can get foods, vegetables, because farmer does agriculture. That's why inflation would be less, but not too much. Inflation would be less in rural areas, but when it comes to urban area, then inflation would be more. Not too much, but more as compared to rural areas. So in 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 urban area, inflation would be less. In no 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 in rural area, inflation uh, in order to get vegetable would be less. Even you can observe today, uh, right now, if you wanted to go in village, then you can. When you will purchase vegetables, then you will listen, oh, then you will hear that price of this vegetable is this much, only this much. Then you will purchase quickly. Oh, I want, please take this money and give me vegetable this much kg. So here again you are looking what the difference based on income. Why? Because of inflation. Because of inflation. In urban area, there are a lot of people and they do purchase a lot of things, and from where a lot of things will come. If this much people will purchase this much products, then immediately again and again, from where this much products will come, of course, then that's why price is increased. Okay, that's why. Clear? That's why. So here, based on calories, people who are living in a rural area, they need 2400 calories per day, and in urban area, people who are living in urban area, they need how much? 2100 calories per day. If this much the calories they are getting, then they are they are not struggling to get food. Now, based on income, if a person who are uh, getting this much income, 816 in rural areas, then they are uh, they are right. But it was to purchase vegetables, okay, so that they can eat this much calories. Now in urban area, how much? 1000 per month. This is income of one person. This much income. If they are earning this much income, then we can say they are not facing regarding in order to get food. Now next slide. So here there is a update of a poverty line. Okay. Now next, poverty trends in India. Yes, data of poverty is collected by instruction of a government, so that they can find data what is the data of poverty, how much people are living in poverty, how much people are not living in a poverty. So from data, government estimates government is able to estimate that this much people are not living in poverty, but this much people are living in poverty. So what should they do? What should government do? They will estimate from this data. When they will when they will collect the data, then it will happen. So poverty will be reduced when government will take action on this matter. Now, poverty trends in India, it means poverty increase, poverty decrease. Okay, not immediately, but gradually. Number of poverty, number of people who are living in poverty are too much in India. If you are thinking that there are a lot of people who are living in poverty in India, then I should leave this country and I should go another country. But brother, here you are wrong. Here you are wrong. Never think that only poverty is in India. Never think. Don't think like that. Poverty is in each country. Yes, you heard is right. Number of people who are in poverty could be up down, could be less and more according to population. Okay, so don't think that poverty is found only in India. Don't think like that. Poverty is in each country, I would say. You tell me which one country does not have a poverty? Of course, in each country. Number, I told you, number can be up down, number can be less more. But each country will have poverty. People in each country will be living in poverty. People are poor in each country. Are you understanding? One point, you are clear that only poverty is not in India, it is everywhere. We can do one thing, what? We can reduce poverty, but only one person cannot reduce poverty. We will have to come together to reduce it. It can be reduced. For example, if we depend on government, if we think that government needs to take action on this so that the poverty can be reduced, then you are wrong. Yes, primary government is a primary to take action on it. Government is primary. We are secondary. But in this case, only one person, only one sector, only government will not be responsible for this. Everyone will have to come together to reduce it. For example, we are working to reduce poverty. Why? For people. So here, people who are living in poverty, they will have to come together to reduce it. For example, if they try to get if they try to send their children to government schools, then gradually they will be educated. Okay, gradually, slowly. It will not happen immediately. It will take time, but some time. I'm not saying that it will take too much time. First step is to take action. Okay, if we will not think about it, then what will happen? Here we are not caring about it. So first step is to take action on it, about reducing it. Then work of reducing poverty will be continued. Government and public both will be responsible. Clear? Now I want to show you data of poverty. Poverty has a decline from 45% in this time to 22% in this time. So here poverty, what happened? This data is showing that poverty decreased from this time to this time. Poverty decreased. This is what this data is showing to you. Poverty in percentage in this time was this much percentage. How much? 45%. 45% poverty was in this time, and now, not right now, but in this time 2011, 2012, in this time it decreased from this percentage to this percentage. Now it is telling you that in this time poverty in percentage is this much, 22%. It means 25 25% people are living better life. So who are telling this percentage? This data is telling you. So now, what is the time right now? Now we are living in 2025, and this time it is how much? You can say after 24 year. No, what I'm saying, after 14 year. This is not less time, this is too much time. I think it should be 10%, but I am here estimating. Okay, So here next, still India has the largest number of poor in the world, you can see. I'm telling you again and again, India has largest poor of the world, and I am saying it according to this data. That's why you will have to believe on me. Why why has India this much in the world, this much poor in the world? Because of population is increasing, that's why. Population is increasing, that's why. And people are not working on education, people are not gaining information, people are not mastering skills, people don't care about healthcare. There are a lot of person, there are a lot of people who are not care about the healthcare. There are a lot of people who don't care about uh, education. And in other in other side, there are a lot of a person who wants access to get education, but they cannot afford. This can be problem for those person. That's why they are not getting access to get education easily. We can divide population. Some person who are living in who are not living in poverty, some person of population who are living in poverty. So that is how we can divide a population from data. So poverty can be decreased, but it will increase as well, as because of population is increasing. If people will be converted into human capital, then what will happen? Then it will be better to country. Okay, this is not our problem. uh, Population is increasing is not our problem. If human resources will be distributed to public, and after distributing human resources to public, public will consume those human resources, then they will be what? Human capital. And this will be strong pillar. This human capital will be a strong pillar for growing economy of India. Are you understanding? Now, people who are human capital is asset for a country. Is asset for a country. What I am trying to say you, I am trying to say, if people who are not getting human resources, if people who are not human capital, if a population who are not human capital, they are burden. They are burden for their country. This is meaning of my discussion. Are you understanding? Population is increasing is not problem, but those peoples are not being converted into human capital. This is problem. Are you understanding? I am enjoying by discussing about it with you. Here we are understanding problem of a country, problem of our country. We are understanding how do people live, how do people struggle, how do people struggle to get food, how do people not get access to get education. Clear? Now next sentence is states with high poverty, such as, for example, Bihar, Odisha, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh. So these are such states in which level of a poverty can be high. It can be seen in these states. Poverty will be at high. So we are able to see that these states are in high poverty because of the data. Data was collected by instruction of a government. That's why we can easily say, we can confidently say that this much states are high poverty. Easily can say. But here you can see data is yeah, even you can observe uh, if you go right now, uh, if you have free time, if you want to travel in the states, then you will observe, brother, you will observe. What will you observe? You will observe high poverty in these states. Even there are more states in India. Okay, so in these states we can easily observe high poverty. Clear? Let's move towards the next slide. Causes of poverty. What are reasons of poverty? What are reasons of being poverty? What are reason of people who are living in poverty? Tell me, what do you think about it? What would be reason of being poverty, of being poor? I think lack of education. Lack of education. Yes. If you are able to get access of education, then you have to gain education so that you can break chain of poor, chain of poverty. Then this is one way to break the poverty. If you are not getting this access, then how will you break? This was one way to break poverty, but you are not getting access. Now, if you are not getting clothes to wear, if a person is not getting clothes to wear, okay, we are providing, okay, we are providing clothes to that person so that that person can wear. But will it will it break the poverty of that person? No. Answer would be no. Answer would be no. We are finding solutions of breaking poverty who are living in poverty. So how to break poverty? So one way was from education we can break, but not only we, person who are living also, that person will have to gain education. Then that person can break their poverty. Are you understand? By information, by awareness, by knowledge, by information, by knowledge, poverty can be reduced. Okay, so what are reasons of poverty? First is low level of economic development. Yeah, government will be responsible. In any country, government will be responsible because of government was selected by people, by number of people, by number of a person. So here, why was government selected? Government was selected so that they can solve problem of public. That's why they were selected as a leader of the India, of the area, you can say, of the area, of this area, of that area. So they were selected so that they can solve a problem of a people. And these are problems. What are problem? People, there are some people who are not getting this basic needs, so this is a problem for a public. And here government, it is a duty of a government to solve this type of a problem. This is a type of a problem who will solve? Of course government will solve. So government is a primary, but we are secondary. It means we will have to involve in this problem to solve it. Okay, we selected them as a leader, so here we involved in selecting leader, in selecting our leader, so that they can solve. So this was the first involvement of your. But second is, you have to focus on your problem, that our leader is not working, then you can speak, you can say that our problem is not being solved. You can say this is your duty, this is your rights from constitution. You can say, if problem, your problem is not being solved by leaders, then you can say easily, you can raise your voice. Okay, so that problem can be solved. So that is how poverty can be reduced. Now here, low level of economic development. Here government will take a decision on economic development. Government will take decision. All this problem come in economic development. If all this problem will be well, then economic development will be well. Are you understanding? If economic development is not well, it means there are some problems which are being faced by people. That's why economic development is not well. So low level of economic development. For better economic development, something will be done. Something will be done. Then economic development will be well. Okay. Second, let's say unemployment and underemployment. Yeah, employment, unemployment is also a reason. If a person is unemployment, it means that person is not earning. If that person is not earning, so can we say that that person will not come uh, for developing economy of a country? Of course we can say person is a economic contributor. Then we will say when we say that person is an economic contributor, we will say when that person will be earning, and that person is earning, and that earning money is a benefit for country, then we can say yes, that person is employment, because of that person is earning. That's why that person is employment. And now that person is earning money, that's why that person is an economic contributor. But here in front of you can say unemployment and underemployment, it it causes a poverty. You will not have any resources, you will not have any resource of earning money. That's why you are unemployed. But you can have some resources from which you can create to earn money. Are you understanding what I'm saying? I'm saying you don't have resources of earning money, but in surrounding you can have what, some resources from which you can create. It means you are mastering a skills. Clear? When you will have a skill, then you can be independent. You will not be dependent on government. When you will master some skills, then you can create your own resource to earn money. Clear? Yes, something what will happen. You mastered, you did master a skill, but that skill is not a demand in market. That skill is not working in market. So this will happen with you. If you earned a skill, but that skill is not in demand of market, then you can move on next skill, and you have to focus that yes, this skill is in demand in market. Then master that skill. Okay, master that skill. So never give up. Never give up to master a skill. A skill will be benefit for you. A skill will be useful for you. Clear? Now next is unequal distribution of land and wealth. Yeah, it can be problem. It can be problem of being poor, of being poverty. It is telling you distribution when a family in a family there are two brothers. In a family there are two brothers, and a day will come when land will be distributed, and there are two brothers, and land is being distributed. So uh, distribution of land will not be equal, then poverty can be for those people. Okay, now high population growth. Yeah, about it, I explained. If a population is increasing, is not problem, but people have to be converted into hum, human capital. Okay, human capital. Then that population will be what? Will be unpowered. You can say yes. That population will be quality population. Now lack of education and skills. Yes, yes. If you have lack of education, then how can you create a skill? No, it will be difficult. It will be difficult to master a skill. So lack of education, lack of a skill is a cause of poverty. It's a cause of poverty. Now next, let's say social discrimination. Yes, 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 it is a very dangerous for a human. I would say it is a very dangerous, because it is happening from decent time. And today there are some people who behave like this, who behave discrimination. There are some people who discriminate on this that, but this should not have happened. This should not have happened. But what can we say, what can we do? People are doing unnecessary. This doesn't make any kind of sense. Okay, so this is also problem of cause of being poverty. This is also, it depends on thinking. It will depend on, is the government providing education, a skill institute or not. If yes, then you have to gain. Then your children have to gain. You have to send your children in the government school. Now next is high population growth, as I told you. So shall we move towards the next slide? Next is anti-poverty measures. From this word, it is showing that can we how can we decrease rapidly poverty. And this is meaning, this is not meaning, this is other word. Anti-poverty, meaning of anti-poverty is what? How to decrease poverty rapidly. Rapidly, you can say. Curve is here, but this is a level of poverty, and this should come here. So how will it happen? This is what is the meaning of anti-poverty. You can say how to how to decrease. Okay, rapidly poverty. So it will happen when economic growth will be better, more better. Economic growth will be more better when human resources will be provided uh, to public. Distribution of land and wealth will be equally. There are some things that are provided by government to some category of people, so that the distribution of resources will be equally, then it will decrease poverty. So are being distribution of anything that that is being provided by government will be equally, then this process will decrease poverty rapidly. Economic growth, more job and income through industrial and agriculture development. If you are earning income, then if you have a skills, then it will be more better. If you have a skill and you are earning money, then it will be more better. And more job, people will be more employment in a country, then of course the develop, development will happen in a country, of course. So this is the way is what, when human resources will be provided to public, and public are able to access education, access to healthcare. Children of a public are able to go to college. Children are public are able to go school, then poverty can be reduced gradually. Next, let's say government schemes. There are some schemes that were introduced by government for public, and it is related to reducing poverty. Government schemes were introduced so that poverty can be reduced. It was people. So here, MGNREGE, you have heard. I think so. You might have heard this word, MGNREGE. Full name, I think it would be Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. Yes, I remember. This is a full name of this, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. Yes, it was introduced in this time. Time was 2005, and is to provide. Work of this is to today it is working. I think it is working. So work of this scheme was to provide, and is to provide what 100 days of wage employment. When it comes to wage, so what will be meaning of wage? I would say wage is also salary, but something is a difference between salary and wage. Wage is also income, money you can say. You will be paid money for work. You have done work, and then you will be paid money. But here, when it will come to wage, it means you worked one day, and after one day you will be paid money. It is the meaning of a wage. You are being paid money because you did one day work, you did a 2 day work. That's why. So you are not getting money monthly. You There is a work which can be completed within a 10 days. Then owner of that company will hire some people, and will hire to you only 2 people, 3 people. Okay, now in within a 9 days you did complete that work, and for 9 days you will be paid money. So this will be wage. You got money, and this is wage money. Clear? So here, if you have this was for rural. This was for rural. Understood? This was for rural. This was introduced for rural person, because in rural was seen that there are a lot of people who are not getting job easily. So it was introduced to government thought that we should release a scheme so that people who are living in rural areas they can get uh, some employment for some days, for example for 100 days, 400 days. Okay, so that was the purpose of bringing this scheme by government. From this scheme you are getting, no, not you are getting, if you are living in urban, then this is not for you, this is for rural. Okay, so from this scheme people can take benefit who are living in the rural. Okay, it will provide 100 days of employment, 100 days of wage employment. Clear? It will not say that you do, I am hiring you, and you will have to work monthly. Okay, you will have to work this much years. No, it will not say. It is directly telling you that you will have to work 100 days, and I who will pay, who will pay, who will pay. Okay, so government will pay money, government will pay money uh, when you will work uh, this this much days, then in a return you will get money, you will be paid money, and that money will be wage. Hmm. Next scheme PDS, I think public distribution system. Yes, this should be full name of this, public distribution system. So I think public distribution, something is being distributed, it is, isn't it? Yes. So I think it should be grains, it should be food. You go to ration shop, which is by government, which was introduced by government. So it was a scheme, and today in your area you can see a shop of PDS, public distribution system. From this shop you get some grains at low budget, but with quality. With the quality, you are able to purchase those things, those food grains at low price. With and those grains will be, quality of those things will be better. Okay, will be better. Don't think that food grains are getting, food grains are being sold at low price, then it means quality of those grains is very low. No, 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 it is not true. True is that quality will be same if you purchase from your market, and if you are purchase from, on the other side, if you are purchase from this shop, from PDS shop, then quality will be same, quality will be I think similar, quality will be similar. So subsidized food grains to poor families. So all this scheme are for poor family. Next is PMAY, Pradhan Mantri Ayog Yojana. I don't know name full. I don't. So midday meal scheme. Yeah, about it I can explain. Midday meal scheme is for children who are living. No, no. Okay, children who are living, children who are living in a rural area and they are going to government school, then they will be provided this scheme. They will be provided what meal, they meal, they will be provided what meal, and as well as a skill. Okay, from this scheme, this is also made a day meal scheme, this is also a scheme, and a skill India is also a scheme, this is also a scheme. Okay, from this scheme children will be provided what food, and from this skill, from this scheme, younger girl, otherwise you can say younger boy, will be provided a skill. Okay, and from this I think it will be for providing employment. I think I don't know about it in details. Clear here? These were schemes, and from one scheme, employment was uh, from this scheme. Uh, People who live in rural areas, they can take benefit from this scheme so that they can be employment for this much days. Now from this scheme, they can purchase food grains at a low budget with good quality from this scheme, from previous scheme. And from this scheme, from midday meal scheme, children of parents who are in rural areas, they can send their children to government school, and when their children will go in government school, then their children will be provided what food by government. Clear? So next slide. Key terms. Term poverty line, okay. Manrega, okay. PDS is social. About it we have discussed. So poverty line is what? From poverty line we can classify a person. If a person is earning this much income, then we can say that person is above the line. If a person who lives in urban areas, that person is earning I think 1200 in a month, okay, monthly. So we can easily say that that person is above the poverty line. Clear? It means APA, above poverty line. If a person who lives in rural areas, they are earning 600, 650. So it is a less than 816. So if it is a less, 650 is less, then we can easily say that that person is below the poverty line. It means that person is in BPL. Okay, in BPL. Social exclusion, person who discriminate. Okay, who discriminate, as you can say in your area, there are some people. I would not say there are a lot of people. Still, you can easily see, if you watch news, then you will see that these people discriminated on these people, like that. Okay, I I won't go uh, in details about it, but I would say that there are some people who do behave like that, but it does not make a sense, and those people should not do like that. Okay, okay. So from this poverty line, based on calories, person can be classified. Uh, Person can be considered as a BPL, as a no, yes, BPL as a APL, based on calories, and based on income, any person can be considered as a poor, as a rich, as a not poor. Okay. So okay, next is a quick quiz. You can observe the question. What is the calorie requirement for rural areas? Easily you can say for rural areas would be more as compared to urban areas. So it is 2400. It is 2400. So answer of first is what, 2400 calories for rural areas. Name two causes of poverty. Lack of education. Yes, it is. It is. What else? I think unemployment. It is a heavy problem for a country. Not only it happens in our country, but also in another country. This is a problem. What does Manrega provide? It provides a wage employment. It provides a employment to those people who live in rural areas. For those, it is provided. Manrega benefit is provided by government, and they are able to be employment for 100 days, and for 100 days they are paid money by government. Why? Because they did work from this scheme. So that's it. Let's see next slide. What will be? Nothing. That's all. That was complete a discussion of this lecture. I hope you liked this, you loved. Shall we live? Did you enjoy? Did you enjoy? Now it is enough. I am going to leave it. We will we will meet in other lecture. So that's all from my side.